Russian oligarchs.
But
Really?
even she doesn't believe it.
Even Rachel is like, dude, I know you need the ratings, but that's even too much for me, and all those wild etch-a-sketch graphs she does. Oh, come on. A producer had to do damage control in the morning. Maybe it was an old West Wing script he had. He tweeting NBC couldn't verify any of that. So much for the single source, and that the single source hadn't actually seen the bank records. And tonight at the top of his show, O'Donnell retracted his own thinly sourced drivel. But that's not fake news, right? Here now, Dan Bongino, former Secret Service agent, Fox News contributor, author of the upcoming new book, Exonerated, the failed takedown of President Donald Trump by the Swamp. Dan, you would think they would have learned following the last 2 years of embarrassments, yet here we are.
You know, Laura, I rarely keep a pen and paper handy for hits, but I had to for this because I had to actually keep track of all the stories they've blown, because someone said to me today, well, this was, you know, some big mistake and a cataclysm. I go, no, what evidence do you have to say that? This is actually standard operating procedure. They just go, we had the Mike Flynn story. Remember, he was instructed to contact the Russians during the campaign? False. We had the Don Jr. WikiLeaks story. WikiLeaks reached out to a back channel. What, a back channel called Google? What are you talking about? False. We had the Michael Cohen Trump Tower story. False. We had the old Deutsche Bank story. False. I mean, the list goes, I had to write them down because I was afraid I'd miss a few. There are actually a lot more of these, but the fact that this is some kind of, that they're putting out like this is some isolated incident or some failure to, it is nonsense. This is
It's a
just
one-off.
SOP for these outlets.
Yeah, Dan, it's a one-off. But the thing about it is, look, and people make mistakes, honest mistakes, or you want to do over. I give people the benefit of the doubt, but I think you're right. There's a pattern and a practice of trying to connect Trump to Putin or oligarchs. It was all total bunk, okay? It was false. And they stuck with it because they had nothing else except an economy that was rocketing up. And they didn't know what to do. So they said, Trump's Russia, Trump's Russia. They are obsessed with Russia. Meanwhile, China does whatever it wants to do, and they don't spend any time on China. It's really disgusting. It's bad for the country, and it reveals them night after night, day after day.
Yeah, and I did not report this story on my show today because I obey what I call the Bongino rule. Wait 24 hours for any big anti-Trump bombshell. Wait it, because it will fizzle out. And I'm serious, and you will humiliate yourself by reporting. I refuse. I would not cover this story because I knew it was going to later on go be debunked. And what you said is right. Mistakes are made in journalism by good journalists all the time. But Laura, the way you prevent these mistakes, and I'm an opinion guy, I don't pretend to be a journalist, but I am interested in facts, is you don't single source a story and then go on a show and all right, not that many people watch it, but whatever, go on the show and then say, hey, listen, if this is true, that's really ridiculous. That's not appropriate for a cable news channel.
No, Dan, I just like the double boxes and all the drama. Like, okay, she's like, and we got the, but I'm sorry, I give credit to,
I was waiting for like a soccer red card to come up. Like, throw Donald Trump out of
Dan, I give credit, but I give credit to Maddow because I think her antenna were going up. Maybe it was woman's intuition.